Hopefully we can get you to a point where you're certified enough and competent enough to where hopefully you can bypass the help desk.
As far as getting there, I'm more than willing to invest the time, because you don't just get your A+ and start making 100,000 a year. You have to have experience to know how to build networks. Out of the classroom is not going to give you the ins and outs and the nuances of actually building a network in a building.
No, that's correct. So I made these 3 videos about 3 months ago. Jobs you get with A+, Net+, and Security Plus, right? I did put a disclaimer on here, right here. So like I always tell people, because people get fascinated by 6 figures. Six figures is extremely realistic in tech, and you can make that in 3 to 5 years, especially the way that I teach it. That is based off of experience, certifications, education, or whatever else the employer thinks is valuable. But even with just your Network Plus, let's just say you got about 4 or 5 years in the game, and you managed to get a network engineer. You could be making on average about $90,000 as a network engineer. You got your Network Plus, your A+, Net Plus, your CCNA, and maybe a server certification or something like that. The money is real.
I was like, yeah, too, that's another thing. It's going to be a whole different thing, because I'm used to working with my hands, dealing with people, dealing with a certain type of people, and then being in that office environment. And that's part of the reason why I'm thankful for your class, because you teach me a lot of things, whether you know it a lot about etiquette, about being on a meet call, being around other people, you know what I mean? It's just a whole different brand new world. So I'm more than willing to take it slow. Like, I still got to take the hardware test, so that's my main focus. I'm up on this software and I'm on it. I do my lessons, but right now I got to take it one step at a time. So,
and that's another thing. So I'm glad you mentioned that, because I've been having people ask me about the boot camps. So I'm probably not going to be doing these boot camps anymore in this particular manner, because everybody doesn't learn at the same pace. Let's just take A+ hardware. You got some people, if I were to put them through the same boot camp, a week after I finish the boot camp, they could probably go in there and take that test and pass it. But you got people who might need more time because they don't fully comprehend it, or they just need more time to study, whatever the case may be. So moving forward with these classes, I'm trying to kind of quote unquote automate the process a little bit, to where, let's just say you're like, hey, I want to learn Network Plus through you, and I sign you up for my Network Plus class. You're going to go in there and pretty much take as much time as you need to go through the lessons. They're going to be pre-recorded like I normally do. I'm going to load it up with quizzes, lab, just everything that I can put up in that mug. And now this is slightly different. So let me explain this real quick. So let me explain the different levels of what I offer. People ask me about study materials. So I got a whole page dedicated to it. This is the stuff on YouTube. People pay $10 a month to access this course, which is great. Now, if they want to access Security Plus and Network Plus, they pay $15 a month, and they get access to all these courses right there on YouTube, where it's just my straight slideshow presentation. So $15 a month, they get access to all this stuff. $10 a month, they get access to the A+, and then whatever freaking live streams that I put behind the paywall for like $1.99 or something like that. The next level is if people, they want, hey, I need some notes in my life. So I'm like, all right, well, I got my free ITF course that you can watch on YouTube for free. I got notes for the A+ hardware, software and hardware, and the Network Plus. Click on that. Sometimes I run discounts and specials, but essentially you get all my videos on YouTube that you don't have to watch behind a paywall, additional notes, same things you're getting now, and then they get Cert Master Labs, but they don't get access to me to ask questions. This is just purely studying on your own. Next level is kind of what you're kind of in the middle. That's where this whole boot camp is, but like I said, I'm kind of getting rid of this boot camp thing. The next level is the full-blown course where you're going to learn A+, Net Plus, and Security Plus. You're going to have access to the program for up to 2 years. You're going to go at your own pace. Video lectures recorded, notes, labs, the additional routers and switches stuff that I was telling you about, everything. But you're also going to get access to me for one-on-one tutorial sessions, and I might do one weekly session in case, people just want to pop up and we'll talk about whatever. You'll have access to me for 2 years to ask me any damn question you want. The reason why I'm doing it like that is because let's just say you and Zakiba come in here. Zakiba might be faster or slower at learning it because, like, I'm not saying it from a mental perspective. I'm saying it based off of a life perspective, because you might have crap going on in life. Let's just say he ain't got no kids. So he can dedicate all his time in the world to studying this thing an hour, 2 hours a day, go out there, get certified in 2 months. Let's just say you got wife and kids and all that. Well, you can't afford to do all that stuff. You can only give it maybe 30 minutes a day if you got time that day, maybe 3-4 times a week. You have access to all that stuff for up to 2 damn years to go through it at your own pace, but still have access to where you can ask me any questions you want, where we could just work on a one-on-one setting. That's kind of where I'm shifting this whole thing to. So, like I say, getting back to the whole Network Plus thing, like I say, if you decide you want to learn Network Plus through me, Security Plus or whatever, that's kind of how the program is going to be structured. It's not going to be as rigid as this boot camp is. It's going to be more of a go at your own pace. You got 2 years to make this happen, which I hope you don't use the full 2 years, but I understand life happens, yada, yada, yada. But you're going to learn a whole bunch of advanced stuff that I don't put on YouTube to try to get you right so that when you go out there looking for a job, hopefully we can get you to a point where you're certified enough and competent enough to where hopefully you can bypass the help desk and maybe jump straight into a network admin, junior network admin type of role or some cybersecurity type of role. You know what I'm saying? Like that. That's really what I want for people.